Hi, it's John here from See You on the Start Line podcast. I'm the event coordinator and race director for CJM'S events. This podcast is to give everyone an update on what's happening with CJM'S events each week. From now on, we'll be doing the podcast without the video until we get some more stable options for video. So coming up, we're talking Ride the Rakaia cancellation and the impacts. Halloween 5K this weekend. Update on Wear Your Heart on Your Sleeve, it finishes Thursday. Around Brunner, new event within Around Brunner, and Aotearoa Ultra Marathon. But first up, Ride the Rakaia cancellation. This time last week we didn't see this coming. The weather forecasts were for some rain starting at 6 a.m. and approximately 4 mils of rain throughout the time of the event. Then 24 hours later, that forecast was updated to 30 mils of rain and visibility had totally diminished. For everyone's safety, we had to make the tough call to cancel. We reviewed as much information that we could collect and waited and watched as the weather forecast just got worse and worse by the hour. At 4 a.m. on Thursday morning, I was awake thinking about it and then started watching the forecast. It just continued to change every hour. We made this decision around 9 o'clock, and at that stage the forecast was for 30 mils of rain within the 4 hours of the event, with temperatures at 2 degrees, with visibility only 1 kilometre and potentially less. There was a lot to consider, but really the safety of everyone, the participants, the marshals, road users, and the top priority were our top priority. We've proven that this was the right call on the day, as the forecast was spot on, but it didn't mention the hail, the sleet or the snow which I experienced up at the Rakaia Gorge when I went up to check things. I'd called at the Mead Community Hall just in case someone missed the email. Obviously nobody had, so I decided to go up and check out the weather up at the gorge. This is the first event we've had to cancel for weather or any other type of event since COVID. And during COVID, we only cancelled 5 events, 4 of which were in the lockdown and 1 was just after. We did cancel Red Zone 6 earlier this year, as the event only had 6 riders that would be on the course at any one time. But it really highlighted the importance for participants was the cancellation insurance. All those riders that took out the insurance out will be receiving their full entry fees repaid to them back to their accounts. We even had one rider coming in from Australia. He arrived on Friday. He had taken the cancellation insurance and his entry fee and that would be back in his account, and he was very, very grateful of all of that. Hopefully he's still having a good holiday and he's probably ridden the course. He's raced it a couple of times, and I hope you're out there enjoying it. With the event being a non-refundable event, we made the decision to offer the partial refund into another event of ours over the next 12 months. This spreads our loss of the event across these events. Yes, participants do suffer a loss as well, and we appreciate that. The big thing is the cost of holding events. Virtually all costs are paid for up front for the event. There's very few costs that actually arrive on the day. We'd love to be able to pay everyone back their full entry fee, but realistically it's impossible, as the funds are used for the organisation of the event and marketing of the event. There are very few actual costs on the day of the event, especially with our events, how we've got it structured and if participants think that they should receive their full refund, it'd be quite simple that there wouldn't be any events whatsoever, as the costs and outlay time is significant to put these together beforehand. I assure everyone that we do not have a cancel mindset, and this can be shown across the number of events that we've cancelled during our history. Take away COVID from this, and we've cancelled 4 events and held over 220 events. That's less than 2% that we've had to cancel, and we're still offering the cancellation insurance. That's probably enough about that, but we do recommend to everyone that they do take out the cancellation insurance. It's not something that is offered by other events without having to prove all sorts of receipts of expenses and how and why the event was cancelled. Simply, events cancelled by CJM'S Events insurance is paid out, no questions asked. It's paid out as it is. We also offer the withdrawal insurance, where you can cancel up to 96 hours before the event. Interesting, we had 5 people use this before 8 a.m. on Tuesday, being the 96 hours. Maybe they had a bit of a sniff of the weather turning bad. But all the same, both of those insurance, whether we cancel the event, that is the cancellation insurance, or you can purchase withdrawal insurance where you, for any reason, don't want to participate in the event, 96 hours before it, you can withdraw. So those 2 insurances this last weekend highlighted the benefits of it and why we've made the commitment to have those 2 types of insurance, where a number of others haven't got it. Nobody else has, actually. It's an added benefit, and I know those people that took out the cancellation insurance wondering why the other people didn't, and because they've got all their full funds back. To those others who haven't let us know about what they want, what event they want to use the fees for, make sure you do that by the 31st of this month. That's midnight on Thursday. Talking about midnight on Thursday, coming up, we've got Halloween 5K. It's this weekend, starts on Thursday, so it's Halloween 5K. This is a 5K run or walk anywhere, anytime, up until midnight on Sunday. You've got to complete it or register for it. This is through our Run NZ Run platform, our virtual running platform. It's simple and it's great to participate in. So you register at Run NZ Run, walk 5K anywhere, anytime. Heaps of people are now doing like park runs and using these park runs for the virtual run to get their times and that for Run NZ Run. This is fine. So it's quite easy. It's basically you time yourself, upload the time. If you purchase a medal, medals are $24.95. We order it and send it out to you within 20 to 25 days. Normally quicker than that, but we say it's 20 to 25 days, working days. So why don't you jump into and try Halloween 5K. Don't be scared to, pun there, but Halloween 5K starts on Thursday. Plus you'll receive with your medal an Athena Lux Protein Plus Iron Bar. These are with every medal that gets purchased. The bars will come out with it. So if you go to runnzrun.co.nz to register and have a go, have a good look around as well. We do get a heap of people saying, how does the event work? And how does Run NZ Run work? I'll just run over that again. Register at runnzrun.co.nz. Download your Run Walk bib, that's your race number. You don't have to, but a lot of people do. Run or walk with the distance, anytime, anywhere. Time yourself on any device. Upload your time. It's uploaded online. See your results get published on Run NZ Run. If you've ordered a medal or a t-shirt, you can order t-shirts for the main runs. That's like, so I've run the Milford Track, run the Heaphy Track, run Mount Taranaki, run Waiheke Island or Stewart Island. You can get t-shirts for those. And we'll post these medals for the main runs out straight away. And the t-shirts, they're all held on stock. If you're doing a specific run, the 5K runs, they're the ones that are about 20 to 25 days, but you don't get t-shirts for those. So you can take as long as you need to complete your run, especially in the main runs. Enjoy them at your own pace. It's basically using all your training runs that you're doing. You can count those towards it. So recommendation that you start now and feel the achievements with Run NZ Run. The medals are $24.95, t-shirts are $39.95. That all includes postage, and you're out there doing Run NZ Run. It's as simple as that. You can donate to our chosen charities, being the Heart Foundation of New Zealand and or the Canterbury Rescue Helicopter, Canterbury West Coast Rescue Helicopter, being the Westpac Rescue Helicopter and the Roa Rescue Helicopter. So please have a look at those. Just mentioning the West Coast there a minute ago. Coming up, we have a round Brunner. It's going to be on the 3rd of May. We've got 6 months to train for this, but there are some changes to it. Entries open tomorrow at noon, and we've got, as I say, the exciting news that there are some changes to the format and a new event. 2025 will see the change of the course on the road race, now being 140 Ks, not 130. So it's 140 Ks. It's going to be from Moana to Kumara and return. It's the same course that was used in 2022, although the turnaround at Kumara will be slightly different, where you will turn around the Kumara domain, you'll go around the block, come back out of the domain and head back to Moana. That's 140k. Teams will change over at the Kumara domain, so as they come back onto the road, they'll tag the team member and the team member will continue on for the last 70k. The Enduro will be 2 laps, so that's 280k. They'll be starting at 4:30 in the morning. They'll go to Kumara and come back to Moana and then go back to Kumara and come back again. It's fantastic riding all the way through. A lot of people will be asking what are the main drivers behind the change to the event. This really comes down to the riders' health and safety, and traffic management of the event is becoming more and more difficult, especially around traffic management equipment being interfered with, putting riders at risk. It's not funny when you arrive to put up all your gear, etc., and it's been thrown away, thrown in ditches, it's been damaged, and it compromises everyone's safety. Like last year, 2 of the intersections, the setup wasn't compliant. If something had happened, there had been all sorts of issues. As riders, you wouldn't have seen anything like that. People were still there with the stop-go paddles. If they looked in one of the streams on there, they'd have found something like about 15 cones. There were stands and bases that disappeared. There were signs that were disappeared and damaged. So it's just becoming an ongoing issue. It's hard enough to attempt to try and get through the Greymouth with the route, and to have that happening is just not worth the risk to the riders' safety and other road users that are there. So that's the driving part of making that change. But the other event that we're introducing to Around Brunner is the Around Brunner gravel race. It's going to be 108 Ks, and this starts and finishes outside Hotel Lake Brunner. It'll be starting 15 minutes before the road race. So at 8:45, the 108k gravel will start. It'll take in some of the Gold Trail route that has been used for Gold Trail and on the 1st of February. We'll be going the opposite way though. And then part of the Around Brunner road race from Inchbonny to Rotomoana. This will make a really exciting day of racing, and that 108k gravel has 65% gravel and 35% tar. You'll still come in. The finish will be outside the Hotel Lake Brunner as well. So finishing at the same times, basically from 12 o'clock onwards, will be the Around Brunner road race and the Around Brunner gravel race, and also the Enduro. So there are 4 events: Around Brunner Road 140k, Around Brunner Road 140k teams of 2, Around Brunner 280k Enduro, and the Around Brunner Gravel 108 individual. So entries open tomorrow at noon. Make sure you get into those. It will be great. Will be fantastic riding. Both of those races are great, and we urge you to get in there quickly, and also take out your insurance for it as well. 11th of January 2025, we have got the Aotearoa Ultra Marathon. This is over on Banks Peninsula in Canterbury. We've got the 101k, which starts at Little River, and you will run to Pigeon Bay, then back up to the Summit Road, have a look out over Akaroa Harbour, come back down to Pigeon Bay, and then carry on. The 53k will start at Pigeon Bay. So from Pigeon Bay, you go over to Port Levy, up over Mount Herbert to Gebbies Pass. At Gebbies Pass, the 15k starts, and from Gebbies Pass, you go up over the Summit Road, and this is towards Horswell Quarry. Across that Summit Road is what the cyclists call the Bastard, and it is pretty tough. The elevation of the 101k is 4,055 metres, The 53k is 2,278 metres, and the 15k is 484. So it's great running. It's the record for it's just under 13 hours. So for the 101k, and the record for the 53k is just a fraction over 5 hours. On the first event, we thought, oh, that's a reasonable time, but it was actually an amazing time. So it's 5 hours 1 minute, I think it is, for the 53k, and the 101k is 12:52, I think it is. So it is a big day at the office. This year we'll have a new entrance into the Hallswell Quarry. This will be that runners, when you reach the gate, coming down Kennedy's Bush Road, the trail portion, you'll go through the gate. You won't go into the crocodile. You'll carry on down Kennedy's Bush Road. There's another gate approximately 700 metres down there that turns right into a bit of a reserve area. And then you follow the trail from the Hallswell Quarry lookout through to the finish line. They'll be all marked out by cones. The last couple of years in the dark, we've had a couple of runners that have got themselves lost in the middle of the Crocodile Park, especially in the dark. So this will eliminate that risk. We didn't really want through the Crocodile, where the tracks are pretty narrow and people could twist ankles towards the end of the race, and you wouldn't want that after doing 101k. So if you want to register for the Aotearoa Ultra, go to aotearoaultra.co.nz. Events through to January we've got coming up. We've got Ride the Wilderness on the 16th of November, Colour Zone Run 24th of November, Bridge to Bridge on the 1st of December, Canterbury Half Marathon on the 8th of December, Aotearoa Ultra Marathon on the 11th of January, which we're just talking about, and then a week after Aotearoa Ultra Marathon is Wine Run. Yep, that's right, Wine Run. Have a wine, have a run, have a wine, have a run. 5k or 10k, party afterwards. It is fantastic afternoon. Starts at 4 o'clock. The run starts at 4, and the bar closes at 8:30. Music finishes at 9. Buses leave at 9:15. Fantastic day out. That's at Rosendale Wines over in Hallswell. So remember, when entering, we recommend you purchase both the cancellation insurance and the withdrawal insurance. Why not grab yourself a memorabilia t-shirt from the event that you're entering, just $39.95. Sign up to promote our events and raise funds for your sports club, scouts, schools, or yourself. And remember, all those key dates for early bird entries that are coming up as well, they can all be viewed at CJM'S.events.co.nz. You can email myself at john@CJM'Sevents.co.nz. Text or call me on 027 226 7769. Until next time, we'll see you on the start line.